Hi everyone, it's Sebastian and I'm here today for outdoor cooking activity. I'm also here with 3 campers, so let me introduce you to them as well. The first one is Victoria, and Victoria is a challenger. Second camper I have with me today is a trailblazer, and this is Adriana. And the third camper I have with me today is Darren, and he's a pathfinder. And so the 3 of them are going to participate today with me in outdoor cooking. So, go ahead and have a seat, campers. So, as you can see, we started the fire already. Hopefully you guys paid attention during Monday's OLS lesson, so you know how to start a fire. But if you're at home in virtual camp and you don't have a fire pit like we're lucky enough to have in your backyard, that is okay. You can make this on a grill. You can make this in one of those little fire pits that you put on a porch. You can even make it in your oven at home. It's fine. So I purposely picked something where you don't need any special equipment. Any sort of heat source will do. But of course it tastes best if you cook it over a fire. So that's what we're gonna do, all right? So I'm gonna start by going over what you need to have with you so that if you are watching this and it's recorded, you can stop after I go through the list of things that you need. And you can grab them. So we are gonna make dessert because that's everybody's favorite meal. And so the dessert we're gonna make today, we're gonna make baked apples and we're gonna make banana boats. So these are things that we make in outdoor cooking, and sometimes you might make them for dessert on cookout night. So those are the 2 things we're gonna make, okay? If you want the apple, you need an apple. You need butter. You need cinnamon sugar. I do not follow a recipe, so dump some sugar and dump some cinnamon in a bowl, however much you want. And you need either a fancy apple corer. This is a fancy little apple corer that I picked up. Or you can also use a knife. Please get your parents' permission to do that, or ask an adult or an older sibling or friend to help you. In outdoor cooking, we usually go over fire safety, so I have my water bucket over here, and we usually go over knife safety, but we're not going to use knives. But if you don't have a fancy apple corer and you need to use a knife, please make sure you get a parent's permission to do that, okay? You also need some aluminum foil, and it's good to have something to get your apple in and out of the fire with. For the banana boats, you need bananas. And then you can do a bunch of different things. If you want to, you can do peanut butter. None of my campers that I have with me today have any allergies, so I'm okay using peanut butter, but please make sure you check that. You can use marshmallows. You can use chocolate chips. If there's something else you like on your bananas, you can do that, okay? So we are gonna start with the apples because they take the longest, so we'll get those in first. So what you wanna do is you wanna take an apple, and you want to take your corer or your knife. Remember, get a parent if you're using a knife, if you don't have permission. And what you want to do is you want to core the apple out, but you want to try to leave just the bottom still there, which is hard to do, but I'll try. So the way this thing works is you just spin it down into the apple to remove the core. Like I said, I'm going to try to stop a little bit short. Yeah, it's not coming out. All right, we're just going to go all the way through. Go. Pull it out, and there's my little core. Okay. I'm going to take a knife. This is a little trick. Just cut a little bit of that core off and stick it back in the apple so that it has a nice bottom. Okay. And I will get a piece of aluminum foil and put my apple on there. All right, Victoria, you want to come up here and help me finish this off? Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, Victoria is going to take some butter, and she's going to put a little bit of butter inside that apple, just a little bit. And then she is going to take some of this cinnamon sugar, and she's going to fill that into the apple. She's going to put more than that in, so it tastes really, really good. She's going to leave a little bit of room for the butter and the marshmallow at the top. So she's going to put a little bit more butter to melt on top. And then this probably works better with mini marshmallows, but you live with what you got. We got the big one, so I'm going to give her half of one. She's going to stuff that on top. And then she is going to wrap that up in aluminum foil. Okay, The marshmallow will kind of melt and dissolve, but it helps hold the cinnamon and the butter in. Okay, there's only 4 of us, so we're not going to worry about writing our names on it or putting stickers or popsicle sticks, but you know, at camp we often will either put a popsicle stick with our name on it or make it into some sort of fancy shape so that we remember whose it is. Victoria, you can go ahead and put that in the fire. Victoria has been through both OLS 1 and OLS 2, but I'm confident that she is able to put this apple into the fire. All right, so that is how you make the apples. So let's make a banana next. So for the bananas, you're gonna take it and you're gonna peel just, you're gonna peel just one section of the banana down like that, okay? And you're gonna take a spoon and you're gonna scoop out, we're just gonna ignore the fact that there is cinnamon on my spoon because I forgot to get a second spoon. So we are gonna scoop out some of that banana. Does anybody want to eat this banana?
Sure.
All right, Darren, you want to come eat some of it too? We got 2 bananas, so you can both eat some. There you go, Adriana. No, don't take the spoon, just take the banana. That's okay. All right, Darren, here you go. Here's some banana for you. No need to waste it, might as well eat it. All right, so while they're eating that banana, I'm gonna take some, what do we want in there? We're gonna take some peanut butter. I got a little bit of peanut butter. And we're gonna spread some peanut butter in there. Okay, put some peanut butter in there. And then put some chocolate chips. And then the chocolate will melt in there. I am not going to put marshmallow on this one because I just think that makes a marshmallowy mess, but some people like marshmallows in there. I am dropping chocolate chips all over the place, but I am okay with extra chocolate, so that's good. Adriana, you want to come wrap this one up?
Sure.
All right, so you're going to take your banana peel that you have left over and just put that right over on the top. And then Adriana's going to come and she is going to wrap that up for me. Darren, would you like to make an apple or a banana? Which one do you want to make?
Apple.
An apple? All right, so Darren's going to make the other apple. Darren really likes apples and eats one, I don't know, about once a day. Do you want to try to do the coring or do you want me to do it? You want me to do the coring? All right, so you can take these tongs and you can also put it in the fire. All right, Victoria's going to come put the do the core for me. So you can go all the way through. But Darren, stay here because you're going to do the rest. Twist it. And pull it out and then, yep, give me that little thing so I can put the bottom in. Remember, we're going to do this trick where we stick this little piece in the bottom so it doesn't go all the way through. All right, Darren, whoops. Darren, you can come here and you can all right, so take that knife, is this a knife? This is a knife, take this knife, stick a little bit of that butter in the apple. What happened to our spoon? Go ahead, I don't know if you guys can hear that on camera, but it is thundering behind us, so if I sound like I'm rushing a little, I am. Go ahead and put a little bit of butter in there. All right. I lost the spoon. It has to be here somewhere. That's okay. We will improvise.
Is it in the peanut butter?
No, it's not. There's a knife in the peanut butter. All right, that's okay. We are just gonna, how about we just pour a little bit in? Think we can do that? Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna pour. We're gonna use, how about you use your finger since it's your apple? Just push a little bit in there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Good. All right, put a little bit more butter on top. All right. Perfect. And then here's the other half of the marshmallow Victoria used. You want to stuff that in there, in that hole. And wrap that apple up in tin foil. It's okay if it doesn't go. Ah, there we go. All right, wrap that tin foil around the apple. Perfect. And then do you want to put it in, or would you like to ask one of the other campers that's here with us today to do it? You want to do it? You can do it. Hold it tight so it doesn't fall. Okay, good. All right, which leaves me with one more banana.
Use the knife to break out this knife so you don't split anymore.
What?
Use the knife instead of the spoon so you don't split.
Yeah, we'll use a knife. You can put it in that hole. If you look for you see the hole?
You see where you want me to do it? Because there's no. Okay.
All right, Adriana's gonna do it because it's a little bit smoky.
Oh. Right next to it.
All right, so again, just to remind you how to do the banana, I'm gonna peel down the front part. Yeah, it came off a little bit weird, but that's okay. I'm gonna scoop some of it out with a knife since I somehow lost the spoon already. Anybody else want some banana?
I'm good. Darren?
Darren, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you on the plate. Don't lose your plate because you can use your plate to eat later. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna do what I did before. Take some peanut butter, put that on the banana. My banana is very slippery and my peanut butter is sliding all over the place. So I'm trying very hard not to lick my fingers because I did not bring any paper towels with me. I did bring hand sanitizer, so we all sanitized our hands before we ate, but
Yeah.
I did not think to bring paper towels down. And my house is up there, so I don't feel like going to get them. Okay, remember, put that banana peel back over. Quite a few extra chocolate chips. I don't know if you can see my dog on camera, but she's climbing under the table. That's my dog Taffy. I will wrap up that banana. And I will go ahead and put my banana in the fire. So,
The first two are probably for the first two.
okay, well, I'm gonna put that in. So, yep, Victoria just said that these two have been in here for a while, so we're gonna take them and flip them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. So this one, whatever this is right in the middle of the fire and it's really, really hot. So I'm gonna move that a little bit to the outside of the fire.
It's banana.
This fire is really, really hot.
You didn't flip over the apple, it just turned back over.
Okay. Yeah, this fire is really, really hot. Ideally, you get some coals. So I'm gonna take this and put it down here kind of in the ashes instead. All right. So while we're waiting for that to cook, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about what else we normally do in outdoor cooking. So a lot of times on the first day, like I said, we go over fire safety. If we have time, we might build some fires or at least just demonstrate them. Hopefully you've already taken OLS, so you've learned how to do that, but just it's a good refresher, especially for those of you who maybe don't get the opportunity to do that very often. And we go over knife safety, and we usually make some trail mix so that you have something to eat on that first day. And then we might not do all of these things every year, but some of the other things that we have done over the years is we've done omelets. So we'll boil water, and you put some eggs and cheese and ham and maybe some vegetables, whatever you like, in a Ziploc bag, and you boil that, and that makes a little omelet. We have made blueberry muffins in an orange. So you take an orange and scoop all the good orange stuff out and eat that. And then you take blueberry muffin mix and put it inside the orange peel, wrap that up in tin foil and cook the muffin. So it kind of gives you like an orange scented blueberry muffin.
Thing in the Dutch oven that we made last year. That we
Okay, so Victoria said last year we used a Dutch oven, which is like a big cast iron pot. Kind of think of it as a camping crock pot, so anything you can make in a crock pot, like a stew or that kind of thing, you can make, but you can also make what is often called monkey bread. So last year we had, I think, 2 of them. We took like Pillsbury dough and we rolled it into balls, and one of them we put butter and garlic powder in, and the other one we did butter and cinnamon sugar. And if you were at camp last year, you might have gotten one because we made enough to then walk around during free time and give like every person we could find one. So that's cool. We can make mountain pies, which are kind of like grilled cheese sandwiches, or you can make pizzas, you can make ham and cheese, right? It's basically just a pie iron that you put 2 pieces of bread, and you can also make pies with that. We don't usually do that in outdoor cooking, but you can make like pies and put like cherry pie filling or apple pie filling inside. I feel like I'm missing a major one.
These.
Yeah, we usually do make these. And then we have made, we've used a reflector oven, which is sort of a, you can either make one out of a box with tinfoil, or you can buy one that's made of metal, and it actually sits next to the fire. It wouldn't work very good in my fire pit because my fire pit's kind of sunk down, but if you have a flat fire, you put it next to it, and the heat reflects into the oven, and that cooks, and we've made English muffin pizzas in there.
What did you do?
And then the thing we almost always make on Fridays, you probably, hopefully, got to make with Tybee earlier this week, because usually Crazy Concoctions also makes this thing. And sometimes Outdoor Cooking and Crazy Concoctions get together if it happens to work out. And we make the beach ball ice cream on Fridays. Or whatever day it rains and we can't make a fire. And so beach ball ice cream, I know Tybee already made that with you earlier in the week, but that is really delicious. And that's another one of those things that you don't need to have any special equipment for, and you can make anytime. So I hope that all of you this summer get to try to do something outdoors like this, build a fire in your backyard if you're allowed to, roast some hot dogs, try one of those. If anybody wants some recipes or some ideas, feel free to leave me a comment below, and I will be happy to share my ideas and techniques with you. Just make sure you're following all the safety rules, and yeah, this is one of our favorite things to do as a family. I would say about once a week over the summer, we actually do come out here and cook dinner or dessert or something out here, which is pretty fun and gives us a little taste of camp even when we can't be at camp. All right, so our stuff has been in the fire for a pretty decent time. You know, what you really want to do, the bananas, you just kind of want to warm up the peanut butter and chocolate chips and get those melted. They don't take very long. So those are probably done. The apples, ideally you want to cook them really long. You want them to be the consistency of like an apple in apple pie or apple cobbler. You know, that nice soft, warm apple filling that you get in like a pie or a cobbler. That's kind of what it tastes like. I'm not sure if these are quite at that point, but I don't want to bore you by having you watch me stand here and watch the fire burn. So, you know, a lot of times when we're at camp, we will either play a game, or there might be some stuff to clean up, or that kind of thing, or we might make s'mores or something like that while we're waiting for this. But so for today, we're going to go ahead and just pull these out of the fire. So I don't know, again, I can't really see. I think you can tell. So I'm going to pull the bananas out first. I have these nice little rocks around my fire, so I'm just going to put them on the rocks so that they can cool, because the table is plastic and I don't want to burn the table. So I'll take the bananas out first, and then I'll take the apples out.
What's on fire?
I'm going to wait till the apple is not on fire.
Oh, the apple.
Yep.
Good thing there's water.
Yes, so it poured last night at my house, and you probably can't tell this again. I don't know if you can tell it, but my fire pit there actually was about this much water in my fire pit when we came out here. So fortunately I had a bunch of bricks, and so I put bricks on the bottom of the fire pit and built the fire on top of the bricks. So a piece of wood just fell into the wet part, and we heard the water kind of boil around it. So I'm going to carefully now open up. Whoops. Open up. One of the things you have to be careful whenever you make, you know, what we usually make for cookout night. The younger, the Voyager Pathfinder kids usually make, no, for dinner. They make hot dogs, and the older kids make what we call foil buddies, which is like hamburger meat and some vegetables, and then some sort of spices, or maybe some soup mix, something like that, some water, foil packets, and they put those in the fire. When you cook with foil, a lot of times there's ash on the foil, So you just want to be careful because nobody likes to eat ash. So you want to be careful when you're opening it. Ideally, I would have, and I forgot to bring it down, but that's okay. So like I said, this is plastic and I don't want to melt it. But ideally, you would have some sort of surface that, you know, can handle the heat, like a stone or ceramic tile or something that you would put this on so that you don't get the ash. I don't want to put this directly on my plate because then the ash will get into my plate. Fortunately, aluminum foil cools down pretty quickly. And this is really well cooked.
But be careful not to burn yourself.
Okay, so be careful not to burn yourself because even though the aluminum foil is cooked, is cool, the banana is certainly hot. So I'm going to take this banana and
Kathy, no.
show it to you on camera a little bit.
Kathy.
So there you go. There's the peanut butter and the chocolate, very well melted. So of course you don't want to eat the peel, so peel the peel away. And there's your banana. Anybody want it?
That one's yours.
This one's mine. No.
Well,
That's okay, we are- There you go.
Had it.
We got it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I think the apple's actually
You can move if the smoke is in your eyes. It's fine.
The second banana's yours. That apple's
All right.
mine.
Well, I'll go ahead and open an apple. Which
That
apple's
one's mine.
This one's yours.
Okay.
Yep. Corey's gonna open her own apple.
First layer's normally the hottest.
Yeah, the aluminum foil should be cool. Okay, this apple is definitely cooked because, again, you probably can't see it, but there is apple juice like poured out on that rock.
Darren, bring your plate. This is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this plate and not worry about this thing, and then I'll put these on this plate. Okay. And my family really did eat these apples. Oh, they do look good. Here, give me your plate.
This one looks really good.
Yeah, these look really good.
Oh, be
they're
careful,
Really
there's still the core at the bottom of the apples, and you don't want to eat that.
yes, thanks, Victoria. Yeah, if you did the little trick that I did, where you put the little core piece at the bottom, you don't want to eat
out.
it.
It's just to stab a knife down, because it's the only thing that'll stick to the knife.
These are still a little hard, but that's all right. They're not quite as soft as I would like them to be, but the cinnamon definitely went through. So Darren, I'm gonna take your apple and show it on camera, okay? So this is Darren's apple. So you can see it's cooked, and I don't know if you can see the cinnamon sugar inside, but there's definitely some cinnamon sugar and butter inside. I think unfortunately his leaked a little bit, but a lot of it soaked into the apple. Okay, so that's that. Okay. All right, so that's all for outdoor cooking. I hope that you enjoyed. We're not gonna put our fire out because we're gonna sit around and eat our dessert and enjoy a little time around the fire. But we really miss everybody. We hope that you're having a good summer anyway, that you found some fun things to do. And we cannot wait to see all of the staff and all of the campers. And for those of you who maybe are watching and have never been to our camp before, we hope that you have enjoyed this time and maybe found some activities and Songfest and whatever that you really enjoy, and we really would welcome you to come next year. Miss you guys all. Remember to just think a lot this summer about God, about the vision that He has given us. 2020 is definitely not what we thought it was going to be. When we look at it, our vision for 2020 is not what what any of us were expecting, but hopefully God is teaching you lots of cool things anyway. I know our family has gotten to spend some special time together in a different way than normal, and you know, we've got to lead an activity together, so that's fun. So miss you all and see you next year.
Bye.
Bye!